I'm kind of an artsy guy, uh, but I like to think of myself as the perfect combination of artsy and down to earth. I'm like right in the middle. I'm artsy enough to get it, to understand these artsy movies and such. And at the same time, I'm down to earth enough to just be able to talk like a normal person and not sound pretentious. Uh, but I have to say, this movie, Possession, which I just watched for the first time last night, it has me tempted to just be a complete philistine and say, "What the hell is up with this piece of crap?" That's what I'm thinking, like 60% of the time, maybe more, maybe 65% of the time while I'm watching this movie. The other 35% of the time or so, I'm open minded. But the majority of it, I'm just like, this is a movie this is the movie that all the critics told us was so great. This is the movie that Kino Corner raved about. And yes, it is. The answer is yes. So I don't want to be long-winded, but let me just hit a few of the highlights. This is a movie that was filmed in, I think, West Berlin in the early 80s. It came out in 1981. One thing I will say about it is it's incredibly filmed. The cinematography, that the interiors are fantastic. It looks futuristic, but it looks futuristic like we thought of the future looking in the past. There's one scene where Sam Neill's character has a phone that's like red and orange, and it's an old fashioned type of phone. It's it's the landline phone with the cord and everything on it, but it looks like it looks like it came out of a toy set. It doesn't look real. Um, so yeah, there's little touches like that. The way the exteriors are filmed. A lot of the scenes where the streets are completely deserted almost all the time, except for select scenes where they have a bunch of school kids running around, and um, a few other scenes where there's some other characters. Most of the time, it's as though the only characters in this world uh, are the leading man and the leading lady of the movie. This violently estranged couple. Um, so as I said, this movie is filmed by a Polish. It's by a Polish director. It was filmed in West Berlin, right near the wall. That's how you see the wall several times in the movie. It's supposed to, I think, play some role thematically, although I'm not smart enough to know what that is. Um, so it's a very European feeling movie. Most of the actors seem like they're from continental Europe, except Sam Neill, the who I guess is British. But it's this very European movie. But okay, but they made the choice to have the dialogue be in English, which automatically is kind of strange. They're in this what's obviously a European country, and I think it's pretty clear that it's Germany, but all the main characters are talking in English. That's strange. That calls attention to itself. At first, I thought, "Oh no, is this dubbed?" Because I hate dubbed movies. I wanted to see it in in its regular language. I guess that's part of my artsy side. I wanted to see it in the original language with subtitles, because the dubbing is just very distracting. Um, it makes everything like a kung fu movie to me. But no, they filmed it with the everybody speaking English. Not only that, but the couple, the estranged couple that I spoke to, the violently estranged couple, we'll get to their violent estrangement in just a minute, have a son, And you'd think, again, in this very European setting, the son would be named something like Luki, or I don't know, something European, or at least something that to us sounds formal, right? But instead, they call the son, who's like this like 6-year-old kid, this little boy. His name is Bob. Bob. I mean, the most generic, Americanized nomenclature possibly available. Like, it's like, no, we've got to. It's about Bob. We have to be Bob. It's, you know, I'm talking like the leading lady now, who's beautiful, Isabella Arjani. You know, mwah, you know, great looking lady, just ethereally pretty. Sam Neill, also very pretty. This is a couple that looks like they just walked right off of a fashion shoot. But there's something just weird. It pulls you right out of your suspension of disbelief. And there's a lot of disbelief to suspend in this movie, given everything that happens. And I'm not going to go into all of it. You'll just have to see it yourself after my glowing recommendation. But, you know, but our son Bob, what about Bob? You've got to stay with Bob. You know, like that's just so strange. Was that an intentional choice of the director? It must have been. But to what end? And finally, this is the point I'm going to end with, although I could go on for longer about this movie. Maybe sometime later I will. But this is how I think the director. I picture the director being this very temperamental guy, and very particular, very set on what he wants from his actors, and he calls them all in, and he says, in this movie we must be big. Everything must be big gestures. We must see no subtlety whatsoever. And the actors all said, all right, big, bold, no subtlety. And then they started filming a scene. The actors started being big and bold and showing no subtlety. And then the director yelled, cut. No! What did you people not hear? Did you not hear me say big? I said big. When I say big, I mean big. Now, be big. And then, he goes back again and says, all right, take 2, click. And the actors, go get really into it. You get really, really big and really crazy, really over the top, really, really, not just overact, but overact. And then the director says, cut. Oh, I'm going to lose my mind. I said big. Do people not understand big? I want you to be big. Big. And then the director just has a heart attack, and then thankfully recovers. And then the actors say, boy, we don't want our director to die. Let's just be ridiculously, ludicrously big and crazy and over the top. And the result is what you see in this movie, Possession. And that's my review of Possession. Thanks for watching.